have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your hapless song? Gloria in excelsis Deo.
We are done. I did not vlog anything from last night or today. So, cantata singers last night and Messiah today. It's been crazy. But I will show you my outfit. I mean, it's like the same outfit I've worn for like 4 concerts in a row. Maybe even 5. Let's be real. But, I mean, I'll have to have it dry cleaned. But it's been, I mean, she's been a banger. She's been, like, very popular. And I found the biggest bow I could on Amazon to add my, like, splash of color to my Christmas outfit. And, like, let's look at the back. Can you see the back? I don't even know if you can see the back. But, anyway, so that is what we're working with. And now all my holiday gigs are done. All my gigs for 2024 are done. And I am so grateful Clover's here. I just got home. It's still light outside, weirdly. It's almost 4. But you know what was fine is I was really worried earlier in the season about Rejoice Greatly from Messiah. It's fine. It's good even. So I have a lot of thoughts about what happened last night at Cantata Singers. And you know, let me sit on the floor. I've been kind of wrestling with whether or not I'm going to tell this story or not. But I think I'm going to. I didn't do anything wrong in this story, so I feel like why would I not tell this story? It's something that happened, but it really affected me, so I'm going to tell you. There is a lot of toxicity and weird stuff in classical music. I'm sure that you can assume it. There's a lot of talking about like people's bodies, especially if you're a singer. I remember when I was in college, every semester they make you sing like a group of songs in front of a jury of your professors, and they grade you. They write notes about your performance, and they give you a grade. And if you pass, you're allowed to keep studying at conservatory. If you fail, they will kick you out. So I remember very, very, very distinctly on one of my jury comment forms, it said, you know, I got a 92 or whatever, and it said, you need to eat more on the jury comment form. And that was shocking to me. Like, it was not about my singing. It was about the size and shape of my body, which had nothing to do with my singing. And I remember my voice professor would ask me repeatedly if I was eating enough. I was just thin. And I'm still thin. Like, that's a body size and body type that I've had throughout my entire life. It has nothing to do with my singing. So I got really self-conscious about it for a while. And being a younger singer, I remember in 2011, I think this happened in 2011. Well, I'll set this up. All my life, I've wanted to be an early music singer, particularly a singer of Baroque music. I felt like it fit my instrument best. It was the kind of music I liked the best. And so I grew up listening to like recordings of like John Elliott Gardner recordings, who subsequently, a couple of years ago, actually punched a bass in the face, a bass in the face backstage, continuing the toxicity theme. Anyway, and Herweg, Hickox, all of those like really, you know, early music recordings, and I just really admired them, and I would listen to Bach cantatas all the time. I loved Bach cantatas, and I always wanted to sing in a Bach cantata, and I had my favorites. You know, 152 was my favorite. It still is, kind of. And when I was afforded the opportunity to sing more cantatas, I'm so excited. Sing in the chorus, fine, okay. But as a young singer out of conservatory, singing in the chorus is fine, but at some point you definitely want to sing. You want to step in front of the choir and sing a solo, which would be fine and fun because you were a conservatory student. If I have multiple degrees in vocal performance, I would like to do vocal performance. So I auditioned for my first, what would have been my first cantata solo, which was a duet actually. And I had to go through some backdoor channels actually to audition for this solo opportunity in the ensemble in the concert I was in. And the music director liked my audition and said, "It's great. Love to have you do it." And I'm so excited. So excited. my dream was coming true. It was my first cantata. It would be with like these amazing musicians. It would be in Jordan Hall, which is amazing, which is an amazing concert hall in Boston. There would be a reviewer there. It was going to be so amazing to start my career. And it was a beautiful duet from cantata number 3. Amazing. And the girl who I was singing with, who I actually auditioned with, I love singing with her. It was going to be so good. We had 2 or 3 coachings with the conductor. And a couple of weeks before the concert, he approaches me at break and says, you know, Kay, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but I actually promised another soprano that duet in summer. And so I'm going to have her sing it. And, you know, it's a real problem for me because I don't know if she's going to sound good with, you know, the soprano, the mezzo that's going to sing the other part, blah, blah, blah. And that's time kind of slowed down when he's telling me this. And I was like, oh, okay. Now, the other singer that was promised it in question had already been established, had a career, had a full history of performing, and, you know, had many opportunities to do this. And I didn't know how to feel. I felt heartbroken, but then I was like, oh, I'll just, you know, whatever, I'll get over it. Maybe there'll be a next time. And I went like a week before the concert, I was walking in front of the hall and I saw there's big signs in front of Jordan Hall, like, I don't know, like 12-foot signs. My name had already been printed on this sign as a soloist. It was already in the program, but I wasn't then doing it. And instead of like hurting this other person, this other established singer's ego and feelings, and I do have to add that they, you know, I mean, I'm not going to make it about race. Instead of hurting their feelings and maybe hurting the little bit of their pride and going with what you had already done if you had made a mistake and giving this young singer an opportunity to make her debut at Jordan Hall, I was humiliated instead. And I did sing the concert, but I was in the chorus. I don't know why I sang the concert. I mean, I think I chalked it up to like, it was, you know, an honest mistake or whatever, but things of that nature kept happening, not quite to that degree, but they kept happening. And it made me feel, or I felt as a result of it, because I have power over, I guess, my feelings, replaceable, worthless, and disrespected. And I remember being so heartbroken over this opportunity, especially with my name printed on the poster outside. It was just mortifying. And again, things like that continued to happen. Conductor would approach me at break and say, hey, I want you to audition for this thing in this piece, this opportunity that we're singing like in, you know, a couple months. And I would audition, say, thank you for thinking of me. I will learn it and come sing for you. And then that would be the end of that. Someone else would sing the thing that he asked me to audition for. And so after a while, I decided that wasn't really something I wanted to keep happening to me. But I never really let go of the heartbreak of like not doing a cantata solo. And music has been really hard for me, like really hard. My path has been really hard. And I sang like one little, well, it was like 9 measures of a soprano solo last year in a cantata, which was like really exciting because again, my first time. But it wasn't an aria, it was like some lines intertwined in the opening chorus, which was stunning, by the way, and I was so glad to have that opportunity. But in 2012, I told the story when I learned the aria from Cantata Number 1, and I got to sing it for a master class. That was a really special moment for me. And last night, being able to make my cantata debut, singing an aria from a Bach cantata with some of the most wonderful musicians in the world, I feel now like it's everything is okay. And I want to like hug that 30-year-old version of myself who was so heartbroken and say, you'll get your chance, but keep going. I really wish I could go back and like hug that version of myself and tell her she was going to be okay, and tell her not to put up with any of that crap, and tell her that it's not about her, and tell her that you just have to keep working. But last night was really special for me. Now, I don't think that, I haven't seen the recording yet, I don't think that I did like amazing. I think that I did okay and I was capable, but I think at the end of the day, for me, it didn't matter how it went, because it's a box checked off and a wrong that was righted, and I'm so at peace with what happened, and I feel like I can move on from all of that stuff that happened so long ago. And yeah, so I never told that story on the internet. I think that I'm not gonna like say names and like ensembles and whatever, because it's not important. But I think that it's important to know that there is a fair amount of toxicity in classical music right now. I feel like, it doesn't matter over the whole industry, but I do think it's getting better. Particularly, a lot of attention was called to it in 2020 after the George Floyd incident. A lot of racism was called out, a lot of sexism was called out, a lot of conductors who were taking advantage of their power was called out. A lot of inequality in pay was called out. And it's getting better. But the scars sometimes don't heal as fast. I do really want to hug the old version of myself who never had the opportunity to do the things that I did last night and to do today. Which I had a great time at Messiah. I had a great time, and I got to see my friend Jason, and it was just a wonderful, warm, very Christmassy experience. And I just want to hold on to that, which is why I still have my dress on. So I just want to say that if you are struggling and want to give up on arts or any other kind of skill, I have two things to say. One is it's okay to give up. Like sometimes you have to know, I guess it's like that's that song, you know when to fold 'em, know when to hold 'em. Sometimes it's okay to try something new. And to put whatever you are frustrated with on hold for a long time or a short time. It can either give you perspective that like, yes, you want to go back to it, or no, it's really not the best thing for you. And two, if you're not ready to give up, continue to work. Continue to put the work in. Even if the build is so incremental, just continue to work. And I feel at my stage right now, all of the building that I'm doing in skills and muscle memory, all that stuff is so incrementally small. It adds up over time. And to establish a lot of patience with yourself is so important with things like music, art, writing, any skill. And yeah, I don't learn as fast as I did when I was 12, 15, even 30. But I'm old enough now to know how to learn. And so maybe that puts me at some sort of advantage. So I thought I would sit down while I still had my dress on and talk about how I was feeling today and last night. Everything's such a blur. I didn't sleep very well last night. I was kind of worried about today. So I woke up at 4 in the morning and I had all of these thoughts. I really did. And I just needed to get it out. So there it is. So it's Sunday. I don't think I'll be posting this until tomorrow. So I'll have missed a day of Vlogmas, but it's okay. Contractor's coming back tomorrow. They're going to finish up the bathroom and the laundry room and some other little tiny things. And then I think we'll be done downstairs. And we'll have our house back. How magical is that? That's craziness. I think I'm going to go now. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. I'm going to take this dress off. And it needs to be washed because it's literally 5 concerts in a row. So I gotta find a dry cleaner or something, or maybe I can just clean it myself. But we're gonna take Adriana off. We're gonna take the dress off. I got fleece tights on. We are sexy. I got like super sexy Skechers on. And I'm having hot pot tonight. My husband is out getting hot pot stuff. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. Oh my gosh, the Christmas music on upstairs. All right, I gotta go. Bye.